Hey folks, Captain Willie again. It's October 25th, brisk, cold, 42-degree Michigan weather. It's going down below freezing tonight, but it's also football season. Like my dad, Grandpa used to say, when Michigan's playing football, life can't be all bad. So this is video postcard number 3, coming hard on the heels of number 2, I realize, but my team is number 2 in the nation, ranked only behind Alabama, and probably is going to get a shot at the national championship, something they haven't seen since 1997. It's October 25th, like I say. The boats are still in the water, as you can see, but I think I've got a week or two left of sailing, maybe, fishing. Going to get that pike out there. And so video postcard number 3, I'm going to present to you my trip to Ann Arbor to see Michigan defeat Illinois, like beating a rented mule. I left at halftime. It was so sad. But there are some few favorite spots I'd love you to see in Ann Arbor that I enjoy, and especially the Michigan Marching Band. So sit tight, sit down, shut up, grab something. For 5 minutes you're going to see some football stuff, but then you're going to be treated to the Michigan Marching Band, which is worth the price of admission alone. So enjoy, and repeat after me, go blue.
Now from Greenbush, where I live, going down US 23, it's about a 3-hour drive to Ann Arbor. Going down to Bay City, Highway 75 here, Saginaw, then Flint, and eventually about 40 minutes later out of Flint to Ann Arbor. And lots of neat things to do there. Zingerman's Deli is one of the landmarks in Ann Arbor. If you're ever there, don't miss this place. They are incredible. People send in from all over the world for exotic cheeses, meats, breadstuffs and things, through mail order even. There's always a line, and look at the food. This is serious comfort food, heavy-duty stuff, and quite a popular place. There's always a line around the block, and a lot of famous celebrities. John Kerry, Secretary of State for one, eat here, and President Obama stopped in the last time he was in Ann Arbor. So get a custom-made sandwich from the staff. They're probably 10 or 15 bucks by now, but you'll never forget it. Angelo's, too, wonderful place, a little restaurant in Ann Arbor on the southwest part of the city. Old style, old school. Angelo's since '56, started by a Greek guy and his wife back in 1956, who came to America as immigrants. Their breakfasts are extraordinary. Waffles, strawberries over toast, but their real specialty is the raisin bread. Oh man, this stuff will sink you. But one of my favorite spots in Ann Arbor for an early morning visit, especially where you're looking for a parking spot on game day, is the Washtenaw Dairy. It's been here since 1934. This place is the real deal, folks. Here's a photo of how it looked in the old days when it still had the stools and had counter service. You could take your girl in there on a Sunday and for $2 probably share a banana split. And you spend a half an hour in here, you're going to see 100 regulars drop in and pick up their coffee, their donuts, fresh baked fresh donuts. They used to make their own ice cream and pack it. Here's some samples of the old packaging. They don't do it anymore, but Washtenaw ice cream, I bet, was a pretty good specialty in the 40s. Donuts on Sunday and Saturday, especially game day, are their specialty now. Each of these boxes probably holds 6 dozen donuts, so that's for a church or something. Now, if you squint just right and talk to one of these old-timers who still remembers Tom Harmon, Heisman Trophy winner, you're going to see all sorts of memorabilia if you hang around here long enough. This booth probably was frequented by Bo Schembecker, Lloyd Carr drop into all the Michigan coaches. But this one's been set aside, I think, original, like it was when Bo won his first game against Ohio State back in '69. They still talk about it. And old-timers from 8 to 90 come in here to pick up their morning breakfast. Buy a t-shirt, for a souvenir. And like I say, the place has been around since 1934 and still going strong. Here's a couple of old band members who've showed up as alumni, and they're going to practice out on Elbel Field, where the alumni are going to be invited to play with the normal 2016 Michigan marching band. They actually get better with time too. These guys are good musicians. Now, the Michigan marching band is world renowned for its musicianship, its marching, but you don't just show up at halftime and do something like this. This thing requires an hour and a half of practice a day, which they do, and 2 hours of practice on game day, believe it or not, when they come back for the actual. Weather permitting, one of my favorite things to do in Ann Arbor is to join the marching band during a practice at Elbel Field. These are talented people, the leaders and the best, just like the song says. Enjoy for a minute. When I hear this music, I can't help but think of my father, Grandpa, who played at this field and sang this song hundreds of times. Go Blue.
After this, for the rest of the day, it'll be under tempo. So during halftime, when Dr. Nick does this with you, it is going to be under tempo by about 15 clicks. Be prepared for that, all right? And we're in theory class, tonic. Okay, so think about exactly what you did and what you didn't do. Your air has to go into the instrument faster, your embouchure has to be set, and it cannot sound like whatever that was.
Best damn band in the land. You guys are awesome. Awesome in the morning. Awesome under 40 degrees.
Because someone's probably not going to remember it.
Awesome job. Imagine what it'll be when you have blood pressure. Introduce yourself. I forgot your name, but I'll never forget your voice.
All right, let's go back to that again.
I'm Carl Grafentine, voice of the Michigan Bands, here with Steve Peterson, director of bands at the University of Illinois, and his wife Beth, who is a Michigan alum.
Yes, I've seen that in person. I've seen it. And one time, Carl, band take the field.
Oh, I gotta save it for this half.
All right, all right. How do you guys do all this without alcohol? I mean antifreeze. I meant antifreeze. This is the VIP player entrance at the tunnel on one side of Michigan Stadium, the big house. Up there on the left is the alumni band playing as good or better than the current band. Now, if you hang out here long enough and you meet one of the old alumni who's now a multimillionaire in the NFL, you can get an autograph, sell it on eBay for $100, and pay your ticket price. Each one of these people, by the way, and there are 106,000 in attendance today, has paid between $50 and $100 a ticket. You do the math. Michigan's undefeated 7 winning games in a row in 2016 so far, and ranked number 2 in the country, has a decent shot at the national championship this year. But Michigan is about a lot more than football. I want you to listen to the next commercial carefully here. I don't often urge people to listen to commercials. This one is special. I think one of the most perfect commercials I've ever heard that explains what Michigan is all about.
The places you'll go may seem far from Ann Arbor, but wherever life takes you, you'll find those colors, those sounds, these people, because Michigan is more than a place. It's wherever we're together. For those who leave Michigan, but for whom Michigan never leaves, this is where you belong.
This week's honorary captain played Major League Baseball from 1954 until 1976 and held the record for career home runs for 33 years. Hank Aaron was warmly received before kickoff by the homecoming crowd.
This is inside the stadium just prior to kickoff. Look at the generation gaps here of people. I mean, from 7 years old to 80, 90. Look at these two. 137 years of Michigan football. And you multiply 106,000 people by $50 each, and some pay $100 or $200. You've got a $5 million game.
That's what it's all about right there. Go Blue.
If I'm a Michigan fan, I have only my father to blame, and like these people, maybe their grandfather as well. Each generation passes this down to the next, and it's an honor, a tribute, a tradition, deep tradition. How's this kid gonna be anything else but a Wolverine fan all his life? In this part of the video postcard, I thought I'd show Grandma, especially, what a PowerPoint presentation is. I presented this to the Lakewood Shores Property Owners Association, and I might try the Senior Center down in Oscoda, but it's a computer-generated slide program, essentially. You can play video in it too, but it's designed to promote or present something. Anybody who's worked for a corporation, Laura's probably seen dozens of these things as they announce new insurance programs or benefit packages or anti-discrimination suits and how to prevent them, that sort of thing. But this one's on the gem crafting course. In addition, here's the opal pendant, by the way, that's missing. This is the one you're looking for back there in Pocomoke. In addition, I produced a short 10 gem ID challenge video. I've got these original gems too available for the students someday to check out for their refractive indexes or their specific gravity or description, weight, whatever, color patterns. And the challenge is to identify each of 10 gems and perhaps win a prize at the end of the course, the 10-week course. This is a beautiful stone that's ready to facet into a brilliant diamond-shaped gem. And so by means of test equipment, experience, and color matching pattern, identifying gems, students might win a small prize at the end of the course Maybe even have an awards dinner or something. This gem's easy. Want to guess? This is my nutty cat, Mr. Boots, who I taught to snore. Well, that's it for this time from the Great White North. I miss you all, and until next time, go blue.
I'm
Love you. Bye-bye.
sailing down the summer wind. I've got whiskers on my chin, and I like the mood I'm in as I while away the time of day in the lee of Christian Island. Tall and strong, she dips and reels. I call her Silver Heels, and she tells me how she feels. She's a good old boat, and she'll stay afloat through the toughest gale and keep smiling. But for one more day she would like to stay in the lee of Christian Island.